should have gloves around here somewhere. Where they at, booze? Somewhere. Let's cut it out. Come on. Got a shrimp. It actually ain't too bad. Look at that. I could eat these if I wanted to. Let's see. I broke my tripod. Dry these out a little bit more. They're not wet. Definitely drying them out will help. Now these you can use for everything. Catfish will eat these. Trout will eat these. If I was fishing for trout, I'd use a lot smaller ones. Get it on this paper towel to dry out. Look at that one, he's pretty dark. Ain't that funny looking. I know nothing about this, other than I eat them when they're cooked. Got a lot more than I thought I did. It's a lot. Well, antennas. I have to get some more. Some more paper towel. I'll be darned, dude. I'll be darned. Yes. What you got? Been watching a lot of catfishing on the internet. Getting me motivated to catch some catfish. I like to eat catfish. Luke, quit digging in your ear. I'll beat you. That's a dark one too. I've never seen them like that before. Maybe it's just going bad. I don't know. Still good for bait, I guess. Just dry them out a little bit. That's a lot of shrimp, boys. Lulu, cut your shit. I'm gonna beat you. Lulu. It's really not wet. Lulu. Cut it out. Damn dog. Pain in the butt. Is the chat open? It says something. I don't know if the chat's working or not. I'm do live, hold on. These nice and dry. I grab a beer real quick, let these dry out a little more. Be right back. Cheers. Now you can do this several ways. So I'm just choosing to do it. A lot of times if I'm on a road trip or something and I'm not home, I will use a pizza box or something along that line. And I'll dry, whether it's my salmon eggs, my trout eggs, I'll just dump all the eggs or bait out on the, probably shouldn't put that on the table, out on the pizza box. This is what we got right now. Box of whole shrimp. It says to use browning method. I never use borax. I don't know why. Maybe you're supposed to. Maybe it'd help. I just use this stuff. It says to do 2 cups of borax to 1 cup of egg here. But I just use, that's for eggs. It's probably just for eggs. I just use this for, I never use borax. But I never let my eggs sit a really long time. Luke, cut your shit. So we're just going to take this. We're just going to sprinkle it on there. Wouldn't hurt to use a mask because you probably don't want to breathe this stuff in. But don't do what I'm doing. Yeah, this stuff works good, man, for everything. I'm just doing this so I don't waste stuff. So you could just take all this after you dry it out, your bait out a little bit, and dump it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and dump this stuff in there. But you're going to have a lot more waste if you do that because it'll juice, and then it'll pull it back in, and then you'll have all this extra stuff in there, and then you'll want to take it out and put it in a fresh bag. So by doing it like this, I can lightly cure it, and then let it sit for a few minutes, flip it over, and do the other side. You can work it in a little bit. It's all about keeping it clean in an aspect. Because you don't, it's part of the whole curing thing. You want it to be fresh like. Lulu, we're not making steam bait. Catfish. But this method will catch just about everything. You can catch white bass, stripers, trout, everything will eat shrimp. Just about everything. A lot of people use shrimp for salmon and steelhead. See, let me show you like this. See how that's wet looking? In the finished product, we're not going to want that in the finished product. So we're going to have to probably eventually change this stuff out anyways, change the bag. But we're just avoiding most of it at this time. We're going to go ahead and flip these over now. Like you see that? It's a wet lake. So this is going to help with the curing process. Just taking your time and just getting it done nice will make your bait a lot better in the long run. Versus it being all wet and mushy and falling off the hook and stuff like that. I have caught fish on this before. I've never used this for steelhead. I've used this cure for eggs a lot, for steelhead eggs, the same exact method. But I have done shrimp before and caught and fished for catfish with it. Lulu, excuse me, enough. You can see that's a little bit, all that wetness. We're not going to want that to go in our final product. So this is helping. We don't want these to be all wet and mushy and falling off the hook. So a little bit of time right now will help save some time in the future of trying to save it. We're saving it ahead of time. So now we got this flipped over. I'm gonna keep wasting gloves, I guess. Lulu, cut you. Them dogs got an ear fetish. She likes to dig in her ears. Oh, it feels so good. Lulu! And I can't. I can try to beat it out of her, but I'm not gonna beat her. She just does it. She won't listen to me. Some pretty good beer. 21 and older. Try that one. Be careful not to inhale this stuff because it is a powder. Had this stuff for a long time. If you keep it in a controlled environment, it won't go bad. But if you let it get like in a bad environment, it'll get chunky and hard inside and it'll go bad. This is probably the best cure. I've used a lot of cure for different eggs, salmon eggs. I've done a lot of steelhead fishing. A lot. Tons of it. Now I'm out west chasing antlers and I miss the steelhead fishing. So we're using it. I have it, so we're using it for catfish bait. Did this once over the summertime and it worked really good. Starting to smell good. Like you see that? See how that's wet? We don't want that. We want this to absorb the cure, but we want all the wetness off it at the same time. We want a nice, solid, palatable. You want it so the fish can bite it, but you don't want it soft and mushy so it falls off the hook. So the more you do this, the more practice you'll have. The better you'll get at it. Like that's nice. Open it all up in there. Just want to work that in your bait. Damn, that's some good beer. Work that in the bait. You can feel it, it's wet. So we're just working the bait in. And it's hard to get into shrimp too, because it's all skeleton-like. But it will. It'll get in there. It'll cure it, especially to the belly. It's almost like we're drying it. It's a cure. So, all that exposed meat, it's going to start absorbing it. And then, I'll show you what we're doing. You see that? Even though it's wet, it's taking that in. It's good. That's how you kill your good beta. I guarantee you this is going to catch some good fish. Especially in the wintertime. Now if I was in the PNW, I would throw a big shrimp like this for pretty much everything. Can even probably put this in some crab pots. I've been crabbing before. It's pretty fun. I would definitely do it again. Like you see how wet that is? That's why we're doing it outside the bag right now. Got all that wet stuff. The outside wet stuff. Now this is full of juices inside of it. And that's okay. Because when we're done with this, we're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. Anybody watch the Supercross race tonight? It was pretty eventful. Fucking badass, if you ask me. Oh, BA guy, what's up, brother? I didn't even notice you. I got something holding my phone up. I broke my tripod today. In an effort to be lazy and use it for something else outside of what it's meant for. I broke it. Got quite the pile. This is gonna be some good bait. This one's up. This one's almost bad. I should probably just throw this one out. I think I will throw that one out. It's all mushy. We don't want mushy bait. Mushy bait don't stay on a hook. This stuff will change your hands pink, so that's why you want to put on a glove. Your hands will turn pink. See all that? That's wet. Oh, you can see it now. We're gonna go 3. So, should have counted. I don't know how many I got. We're just gonna put some of this in the bag. You can always add more, so don't put too much in there. Again, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. I'm assuming. Might not be bad for you, but I don't know. Ain't trying to cure my lungs. Here's coming in. That's what we're using. The best. I had a fishing guide up in New York show me this stuff. Whew. We just turned it in, we dried it, patted it down, put it on paper towels, get it nice and dry, coated it with the Pro-Cure, flipped it over, coated the other side, worked it in with our hand, got all the wet stuff off it. Now we're gonna put it in a bag with some more. That one might be too much. The other ones are pretty good. And having a cold one. A good cold one. That's some damn good beer right there. Put two in each one right now. Count by tubes. Look how long that one's antennas are. That's crazy. Man, I ain't gonna lie, doing this makes me want to go up to like Oregon, do some steelhead fishing. Curing some bait, man. Curing some bait, some big old shrimp. Just tuning in. We put the shrimp on paper towels, get it nice and dry after it's thawed out for a couple of days. Patted it down too. Covered one side with the Pro-Cure. Flipped it over. Coated the other side with Pro-Cure and we worked it in. Worked through there real nice and all of them. Got all that wet stuff off. Now I'm losing track of what I'm doing. And now, see that one. That one might be alright. I think I'm going to have to lose the head though. Yeah, that one's alright. I don't know about that. That's good. Probably should have cut the heads off. And I'm doing these for catfish, man, but if I was up in the Northwest, I definitely would be using these for winter steelhead. And I really wish I was up there catching winter steelhead right now, honestly. Would be fucking awesome. So then I poured some in the bottom of these. And I take the glove off. And I go to the fridge. When I'm at the fridge, I get another one of these. Because these are great for curing fishing bait up in the wintertime. Anybody in here ever catch winter steelhead? It's not what these are for. That's the best fucking bait. Or the best cure you can get for your bait, right there. See that? See that little thing right there? It's an egg cluster. That's what this stuff's intended for. But hit the like for me, guys, if you don't mind. Help this channel out a little bit. If you don't mind, plug it. Have a beer if you're 21, I guess. After we did all that, we dried it off, of course. These are going to be nice. It's important to dry your bait off to get that all that bacteria and stuff off on the outside, because the bacteria is what makes your fishing bait go bad. All that natural bacteria. So we dried it off real good, and then patted it down too. We put it on these paper towels right here. See all that, how that's kind of wet? And coated it with a Pro-Cure. Flipped it over to the other side. Worked it in. Got all that stuff off. All that wetness. I have a bag under it. Just keep my table from getting shrimpy smelling. And we poured some of this in bags. Just a little lighter on the bottom, because you don't need a whole lot more now. And we're just, look at these babies, man. These are going to be nice. Fluorescent pink. Pro-Cured. Jumbo shrimp. Oh shit. I thought that was closed. Huh. Yes, it was. I'll show you. I got one glove. Got a bunch of gloves. Got one left out here. Look at all these gloves I used. Just changing them out. Let's show you. The drying process is important. You take your time with your bait, and it'll come out way better. Way better. Definitely just take your time. Y'all doing any fishing this winter? Now you could use these anywhere. The Great Lakes, giant bodies of water, small bodies of water for catfish, especially will actually devour these. Catfish will eat these anywhere. But if you got trout in your water or steelhead or salmon, they're out. Burp the bag. And we're going to let it do its thing. We're going to put that in the fridge. We're going to do all 3 bags like that. I would do the same exact thing with salmon eggs if I was doing salmon. Man, I want a pokey leg. Or even trout eggs. I like to dry my eggs out. A lot of people don't. People do it totally different than how I do it. I'll take my eggs and I'll throw them on some cardboard for about 5 minutes. Then I'll coat them with this, like I did here. Roll them around on the cardboard. A lot of times it's a pizza box. I'll be up doing a fishing trip. I'll order a pizza. I'll have eggs. So, okay, it's time to do the eggs. Dump the eggs out on the pizza box. Let them sit for a few minutes. Let all that slime, that bacteria stuff, absorb onto the cardboard. I'll coat it in this. And I'll roll it around a little bit. Then I'll take some of this and put it in a bag like I did here. See in the bottom. Then I'll put the eggs in the same way. Roll the air in there, see that? Those are nice and dry. So dry them out. Put the bait in there. After I shake it up, I get the air out. Seal the bag. I got that. Now I could either take these and put them in the freezer and just leave them, or what I'll probably do is, because you can see how this one's a little bit more wet. You can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not. That one's a little bit more wet, so I'm going to keep this one to fish it. I'm going to take these two, just going to put them in the freezer, leave them like that. This way. This one, I'm going to put it in the fridge. And I'm going to use it for fishing soon. Just like that. In a couple days, if I ain't fishing yet, I'm going to take it and I'm going to shake it up again. And probably put it in a new bag. And then put it back in the fridge. And then it'll be good for weeks. Probably 4 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks. It'll be good. This stuff, after I put it in the freezer, I'll leave it in the freezer as long as I want. Bam. There's your fishing bait. And that's how I use Procure. Right there. It says use borax on here, but I don't. Borax borax is going to harden your bait a little bit more. It's going to preserve it longer. And if you're doing 1,000 shrimp and you want it to last a really long time for a year, probably use borax. Follow the instructions. But regardless, that's the best. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, guys, after I put this in the fridge. Just figured I'd do this live and then have it for my channel ready to go. If you guys found this useful or want to add any advice, let me know how you do your bait, or thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye, see you guys later. See, that's why I put a bag over here. Watch this. Picked up. Done.